at 10 Eastern on the BYU.tv.
There you go. Volleyball and soccer on the BYU.tv on the road. Joining BYU Sports Nation now, a Hall of Famer. And it's not often we get one in Studio B. One that has an entire page of the Wagner football game notes dedicated to him, Quincy Lewis. Quincy, welcome.
Hey, good to be here. Good to be here.
How did you get a whole page in the Wagner football game notes on you, man? By the way, your headshot looks like George McFly.
Hey, don't give me that. Come on now.
It was Back to the
That's
Future
good
Day
hair.
yesterday.
That's really good hair.
Oh, that's when I had a little more hair. It's starting to thin a little bit here.
And you can see what I really care about because I underlined some stuff. Let's talk about this. Second in Seahawk history in three-point shooting percentage, 41%.
Hard to believe. Yeah.
You crushed it.
Yeah.
Okay. You got range. And then you only played 2 seasons, but you're 9th on the assist list, 367.
Yeah.
Tell us about your Wagner career.
It was a great 2 years. Great experience. Way different experience. I grew up here in Provo, played at Sinfu, so it was a way different experience than maybe I would have had somewhere else, but it was great.
Staten Island, New York. It says it has a bucolic setting, which is a countryside feel. Explain how in the world a college that close to Manhattan can have a countryside feel.
I don't even know what the word was you just said right there. Okay.
We didn't know either.
You have to look that one up.
It's in the game notes.
It's in the game notes. Yeah, you know what? The campus is unbelievable. It's like an Ivy League campus or something like that. It is remarkable. It was, the fall and the spring they're really neat.
Now, when did you play again? 91 to 93?
Yeah. Yep.
So they had won the D3 national championship a couple years before in football.
In football. Yeah.
And this year, unfortunately, they come in 0-6. But you're not wearing anything Wagner this weekend, are you?
I might have it underneath.
You kind of should, actually.
I might have it underneath, No, the Seahawks, I follow them. I keep track of how they're doing with their football and basketball. It's been a rough year, though.
As you look at Jerem Jordan's T-shirt, you see boom. Boom shakalaka. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear that word?
Loud. Loud.
Like a cannon or something?
Shaking a little bit. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So, I've never been to one of these, and so Friday night, I'm very interested to see how this is going to go.
So we're going to have a dunk contest, 3-point shootout, skills competition, little scrimmage. Who is the best dunker on the team?
I'm a power guy. So Corb has got the power. So I'd have to give him the front runner on that right now.
Okay, 3-point shootout. I know who thinks they're the best, and I think I know who's
there's
the best.
no doubt who thinks they're the best. His first name starts with a C. Yeah.
Rhymes with Mace.
Yeah.
And from last year, he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
There's no reason he shouldn't win this, right?
As a senior, it'd be hard to take it away from him. But I'm sure there's some younger guys who will make it charge.
Okay. Yeah. Jeff Judkins on this program has said a few times that he's the best shooter on campus. I'm not sure if that extends to all players and coaches, but you had a pretty good shooting career as well. So who wins a 3-point shootout between you and Jeff Judkins?
Ray Stewart. I don't know if he's the best on his own team. Now, he played for the Celtics, but Ray will tell you that he was the best shooter.
Yeah.
I didn't shoot a lot of them. I just made the ones I shot. So Jeff's probably a better shooter, but I might have been a better percentage shooter.
Yeah, but is he a Wagner Hall of Famer?
I don't think he was.
I don't think he went to Wagner, so no.
Yep.
In practice, do you guys ever how much are you demonstrating what you're doing? Like, are you ever putting up shots? Do you need to earn that street cred? Will that hurt the street cred?
No, when I left Wagner, my playing days were done.
You're not playing in the Alpine Fourth Ward?
No. There's no nooner pickup ball for me. I value my Achilles tendon, my knees, No. I'm done playing.
Nothing? Not even a crisp bounce pass?
No. We'll work on a little bit of passing, maybe a little ball handling, but the shooting, that's long gone.
Okay.
Quincy Lewis, BYU basketball assistant coach, Wagner Hall of Famer with us on BYU Sports Nation. I talked to Nick Emery a few days ago, really enjoyed his perspective, his personality. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Tanner Mangum in his approach, coming off of a mission. Just you feel like you can plug and play and he'll be ready to go. Is it too much to ask Nick to be a guy like Tanner Mangum to come in and make that much of an impact as a freshman?
Well, Tanner's had a heck of an impact. So, I don't think you can put anybody on the spot like that. But, Nick is making good progress right now. And he's learning what college basketball is all about. He's got good leadership around him with Chase and Kyle and those guys who are really helping him through this thing. He's going to be a really good player here. And it's just a matter of when he's going to get his chance.
Quincy, one thing really stuck out to me from the interview with Spencer is the emphasis on defense in that discussion. And Nick is a guy that plays defense. And you and I guess Tim are in charge of the defense this year. Mm-hmm. What kind of emphasis are you putting on it, and why will it be better?
You know what? You look at our defense, and it's something that has to get better. And I think it is getting better right now. And we've kind of changed our philosophy from what it has been in years past. I think it's something that fits us better. For who we are. Offensively, from a points per possession standpoint, BYU has always been outstanding offensively. And really, if you look back to the Jimmer and the Jackson Emery days, defensively, from a points per possession standpoint, they were good, very good. And that's the reason why you're talking about a Sweet 16 team that could have been maybe even better if they get a few breaks here and there. And so as I look at it, I think we're going to be good offensively, and our defense, I think, is going to take good strides as the year goes.
What's that change in defensive philosophy that you mentioned?
I think it's there's a lot of different ways you can play. You have teams that play zone, like a Syracuse or something like that. You have teams that maybe just really get after people, like the old Georgetown teams that get up into the lanes. And then you have a Virginia team that plays more of what they call a pack line, that plays inside-out defense, and we're probably a little bit more like that.
Describe that. I don't know what you mean by that.
So that's one where you really play the gaps on defense. You're not necessarily out denying 20, 25 feet from the basket, but you're playing the gaps, and you're really trying to keep everything in front of you. Contested jump shots is what you're after, and that's a little bit of how we played at Lone Peak, and watching a lot of Virginia stuff this year. It's maybe more of the direction that we're going.
Talked a little bit about Nick Emery and Corbin Kaufusi and their development. Since you have been here, who has been the most surprising player in terms of just catching your eye at practice?
You know what? I think it changes from day to day, honestly. Recently I've really watched Jake Toolson and what his leadership has been, and that's really caught my eye. You look at like a Jordan Chapman and some of the things he did in Spain were really good, and it's different from day to day. And I watched Corb and Nate yesterday and how they defended, and I was really impressed with those guys. And so it changes, but if I were to look at somebody consistently day in and day out, obviously Collinsworth is a really good player, but Chase Fisher, with what he brings each day, I mean, there's not a bad day with Chase, and that's what I really like about him.
Wow, that's shocking because I have a lot of bad days here. But Chase really brings it. So you had an idea of what maybe you thought BYU basketball would be like, and now that you're an assistant on the inside, what's maybe been something that you've learned now that you've been an assistant for several months?
It's really impressive to watch how Coach Rose manages his program and how organized he is, and he just seems to be a little bit, maybe a step ahead of what's going to happen next, and how well he thinks through the whole process and the entire program. It's not just coaching. There's a way a lot more to it, and he's really good at it.
We had Terry Nashif on recently, and we talked about his explosion on Twitter and social media. You have joined the Twitter machine. You are at QLewis31, right?
All right, that's correct.
But you have yet to send out a tweet. When will we be privileged to have the first tweet from Quincy Lewis?
I am so intimidated by Coach Nashif, and his ability to tweet that I don't think I could ever reach that level. So I don't know. We may pull one out at a surprising time, and come at you.
Okay.
So. At us.
Yeah, at you.
At us specifically.
Yes.
Okay,
Spencer and Jerem.
This is excellent. Yeah. Well, we're gonna have a lot of fun tomorrow night. The scrimmage. You guys just kind of enjoy the night.
Yeah.
You're not coaching up or anything.
Really? Yeah, a little bit. With the the 4-on-4, but pretty much we're gonna enjoy the night. Yeah.
We'll try not to mess that up for you, okay?
That's our job.
I'm waiting to see what this is all about. The boom and the shock. A lot. I want to see this.
Okay, very cool. Quincy, great to have you in studio, man.
Hey, good to be here.
And we hope that you won't be too torn on Saturday watching BYU and Wagner. With the generous support of the Cougar Club, BYU's 623 student athletes are role models, leaders,